Hey everyone, I'm William Lowe, and I'd like to take a second to discuss my professional experience with the selection, implementation, and evaluation of educational software implementation in the classroom. When it comes to selection, there are so many more apps and software packages out there than I could have even expected when I began my first year of teaching last year. I've had to familiarize myself with numerous different technological resources and to try and find a way to incorporate them in the classroom. When it comes to implementation, um, first I like to familiarize myself with the technology. Sometimes I put my wife through classes where I'll go over everything I'm wanting to teach that day, and just to make sure everything works well before I introduce it to the students. Once I do, I like to make it a staple in the classroom. If it's worth using once, I'll use it many times, whether that's Nearpod, Kahoot, any Google Classroom, whatever app or software package I'm using. I like to implement it early and often so that the students are accustomed to it and so that they can reap the benefits from it early on. Those benefits, we'll always have to evaluate them, so let's look at the evaluation portion of this. When it comes to evaluation, I look at a couple of different things. Number one, my students' enjoyment. There are enough avenues I can take now with different apps and softwares that I can afford to be choosy and find one that my students actually enjoy using. When it comes to the other way I evaluate them, are they effective? We can do Kahoots all day, but if it doesn't improve scores, if it doesn't improve my students' ability to demonstrate an increase in knowledge from our starting point, then they're not tremendously useful in that sense. So I try and find a mix of the two. I want something that my students enjoy, and I want something that helps my students to be as successful in the classroom as possible. When it comes to improving, I can remain a student. I can look at all of these different apps out there, all of these different things that are available to me, and continue to research them and try and implement them and test them out and see if that is something that I can bring to my students that will enrich their experience at school and make them more well-rounded and educated people moving forward. Thanks.